My best man and I went to a swap meet locally, and these are all of my pickups. Hey Nintendo fans and collectors, Lithium here from my channel Nintendo Collecting. I've got to get to 11 games that I got at this swap meet and one system. Essentially, this is a local swap meet that we had to drive about 40 minutes to get to. My best friend Jordan, he's got into video game collecting, just the consoles and series that he really wants to play and that he grew up with. So things like Zelda and Final Fantasy and Pokemon is what he's into. So he got me back into going to these swap meets, which was a lot of fun. Guelph is where I went to, Guelph, Ontario, and I've been there twice now. It's great. I go in with a box of games that I have for trades and some cash, and then I end up getting games that I need and make some trades and meet some people. Great time. So thanks so much. If you went to that Guelph swap meet or if you helped host or anything like that, you guys are awesome. It ran really smoothly. So first of all, let's just get to these games. First of all, the NES games I'd like to talk about. So Punch-Out! This game, it says $50. It is CIB. It's in pretty good shape, but I did not pay $50 for this. I made a trade for a few games and got this essentially with a little bit of cash. So this one is in its own protective case. It's a game that I've never had so far in my collection. The NES is a library I really want to flush out more and more. So I picked up from the same seller Punch-Out that you see here, and I also got from the same seller Dragon Warrior 2. There are 4 of these on the Nintendo Entertainment System. I have the first one box complete, but I don't have any of the others yet. So this one has a price tag of $80, but again, that's not what I paid for it. Most of them are willing to go down, especially later in the day, but when I have trades and when I just have some things that maybe they want, it works out really well. So these two had a total of $130, it looks like. However, after I traded away, I think like 6 games and like $50 on top of it or something like that, I was able to pick up these two, which I thought was a pretty good deal overall. So I'm just going to put those back there. But I got one more NES game, which is Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest. Again, I made some trades for this one, and I think I threw in like $20 or something like that. So I really want to get my hands on all 3 of the Castlevania games on the Nintendo Entertainment System on the NES and try and just start playing these games because I'm told they're wicked, and I've never actually played through this one anyways. So it's about time I get on that one. Next up, staying with games, of course, we have Resident Evil 2. I have 2 games that I'm missing from the Resident Evil franchise. Well, now just one. I was missing Resident Evil 2, and I was missing Code Veronica. This is the last game that I got at the swap meet. The guy was asking $80 for it. There were several other copies there that went from $80 up to like $120. And at $80, I thought that was a pretty fair price. But right at the end of the day, I didn't have much cash left. I actually didn't even have $80 left, but I had some games for trade. He wasn't interested in any of those. However, I just made him an offer of $60 and we agreed on $70. So I finally got a copy of Resident Evil 2. This is 1 disc, some of them come with 2 discs, and it's just one of the rarer games on the GameCube for me to find locally. Obviously, Cubivore and Gotcha Force are really hard to get, but this one I've been after for a while. Now I'm just after Code Veronica on the GameCube. Going to jump to Game Boy Advance, but first, before I get to the Classic Series games, because I picked up 3 of those, I picked up Mega Man Zero 2. This is part of the Mega Man 15th Anniversary Collection. Let me know what your thoughts are on the Mega Man Zero games. It's a series I've never played before, but this one was a pretty good deal. I think I got it for like $20 in one game, something like that. I can't remember all of them that we did in terms of the trades, but I thought, hey, that's a pretty good price. This game's in decent shape. It's not in wicked shape. There's a little bit of creasing on the side here, but I've just heard really good things about these games on the Game Boy Advance. Maybe, maybe not, so you can comment below if you've played these before. Now let's get to that trilogy of games from the Classic Series. I got the original Super Mario Bros. This is one of the last games that I need to collect all of the main Mario games for home consoles and for the handheld consoles. So there's a lot of other spin-off games and sports games and Mario Karts, but really just the main series games and the remakes. I wanted to get those. Interestingly, about these games, there's a little bit of weird thing or coloring right here on the box, but it's the same on all of them. And I know this one's authentic because I talked to the seller for a while and I've looked at the other versions of this. So I got this one. I can't remember exactly what I paid for that, but I'll come back to that in a second. Let's just put that one down. And I also got The Legend of Zelda and The Adventure of Link. So these are the other two games that I'm desperately missing to fill my collection for the Zelda collection. There's only one or two more games I think I'm missing for the Zelda collection now that are the main series releases for Nintendo and the remakes, and that is Link's Awakening DX. Prices I expect to start skyrocketing because that game's being re-released on the on the Nintendo Switch rather, so I think prices are going to keep going up. So these three I got for roughly, with trades, like $20 to $30 each, and I made a little bit of a trade there too, so they might be a little bit less expensive than that. But I thought getting these games at that price was a really good deal. So there you have it, 3 classic games, 1 game for the Game Boy Advance, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then right at the end of the meet as well, because I think you get better deals if you go late, I picked up 3 GameCube games for $10 total, meaning $3.33 each. That is Mega Man Legends, Prince of Persia, The Two Thrones, and 007 Agent Under Fire. Nothing to write home about, not fantastic games, but they will give me some satisfaction playing them, trying them out, and also obviously adding them to my collection. Now, Mega Man Legends, from my memory, I do have, but I don't have it as a black label. I have it as a greatest hits. That's why I want to get that one. Agent Under Fire, my brother-in-law loves the 007 games, almost all of them, so that's why I wanted to pick up this one. And I already had some other Prince of Persia games. Shoutouts to Sands of Time. Blew me away the first time I played that one, so I thought I'd get the Two Thrones. There's also the Warrior Within. So these were originally, I think, 2 for $10, or $2 or $4 each or something, and then she just said, no, you have 3 of them, $10 bills, fine. So that was wicked, some really good deals. There's the 11 games I got at the swap meet. But I also picked up a console. I traded and got this Nintendo DS XL. So I just basically brought out the box of games that I had and said, are you interested in anything? That is what I want. And he had a look through it and he picked out a few games. I think there were several games that he got. I basically had like games like Mario Golf on the GameCube and Mario Galaxy, Super Smash Bros. On the Wii. I only had games that were like really popular, that are easy to resell. Anything else I know they weren't interested in because I've been to these things before. So I think he was valuing this at like $60 to $70. Made a trade for it, got it for free. I didn't want to pay any money for this because I do not have a Nintendo DS XL at all in my collection. So this one I thought I would pick up. And now that I opened it up, this is the console that was in there. This is exactly the version that I should have bought my dad back in the day. He would have loved to have this console. Very much his color tone. Huge screen on this. And it's crazy how they went from the 2DS, or the original DS, to the 3DS. Slip of my tongue saying the 2DS, considering that's a real thing. So that's everything I got at the swap meet. If I were to value all of this, let's just do it really quickly, I guess, just because that's fun. Maybe $50, $100, maybe $180, $260, almost $300, $360, maybe $6 each, something like that. So almost like $380 plus these 3, and these ones are worth a lot more. So maybe like $450 worth of games and one system. But realistically, I think I spent like $100, $150, and did a lot of trades to get these in my collection. So that's a really good tip. To go to swap meets, go with a friend. Jordan and I had a blast. He picked up a lot of games that he needed, and just filling out our collections and also having more games to play. It's a great time, especially going with a friend. I've got the bug all over again. Please comment below what's your favorite game from this pickup, and have you ever gone to a swap meet? Bring some games for trade. It's a great idea. Thanks so much for watching. Please let me know how your collecting is going right now. I know it's a lot harder recently, basically, trying to find things locally, but by going to these swap meets, everyone's there at the same time. I don't know if I'll ever get a table, but if you're ever there and I'm at a swap meet, you're welcome to recognize my voice and say hello, because we're really close to that 100,000 people, and then I will do a face reveal as well. Keep smiling while gaming, go collect them all, and thank you so much for watching.